What up, y'all? It's your girl, the motivation queen, the motivation guru goddess, and we are bringing to you our 4th season here. I am super excited to have my following guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Alina Mcknight from Newark, New Jersey.
Girl, we have Alina Mcknight from Newark, New Jersey. And like I said, like I always say, if this is your first time tuning in, we are actually going to have very realistic, very authentic conversations, inconclusive with a positive note on how to stay motivated. Pero, you know what I'm saying? It's all about staying motivated, pushing forward, overcoming life's challenges. That is the mission of Stay Motivated, is to overcome your challenges. You're definitely gonna face them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get into it, okay, honey? So, you have 3 beautiful daughters.
Yes.
Those are my children. Those are my daughters. I love them. So, when did you become a parent?
I actually became a parent at 18 years old.
Wow, 18 years old.
Right after high school.
Right after high school. And was there anything else? You were a teenage mom, and you were also married, right?
Yeah, I was a military wife straight off the bat after high school. Became a mom and a military wife.
Wow, I can imagine at 18, you know, I think about it like, wow, my son is almost, he's almost 18. Like, he's like going on 23, but that's another story, another day, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to sit here and talk about that right now. So I can't imagine, you know, being married at that age, and also being a teenage mom. I was a teenage mom myself. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. So how was that? Were you know, being married as a legit teenager, and also,
well, basically I thought I was grown. As soon as I graduated high school, I thought I was grown. I was ready to move away from my mother's house, get my own place. Wrong. Nope. That didn't happen. I needed income for that, right?
Right. She takes it back. I changed my mind.
So my daughter's father was like, let's get married. Let's do it. I'm going to get a job. I said, all right, cool. Let's do it. Wow. Not what I expected. Moving away from home was not a great idea, because I needed my support system being a parent.
Okay. So what were some challenges that you faced, you know, being married at that age? Like, how did you feel? You're a military wife. I'm sure that means, if I'm not mistaken, that they're not here or present most of the time.
Right. It's nothing what I expected. Being a wife to a soldier, always away. Training, war, away to camp, more training. I was basically a single mom from the get-go, because I was just raising my little one. I was just raising my firstborn. And I didn't have the support system that I thought I would have, or that my other friends had, because they had their, I don't know, maybe their mother or their grandmother babysitting, so they can go to school, they can go to work. And then here I am, just home with the baby, like, okay, what do I do now?
Okay. So yeah, so in summary, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were married, you're a teenage parent, and you felt as if you were a single mom.
Yeah, it was very lonely, very lonely. I hit depression very quickly. I needed to do something about that.
Okay, so I'm sure that was definitely a challenge, you know.
Lost for words.
I don't even know, you know.
Well, I did do my best. I mean, I didn't give up. I mean, I tried to prove everybody wrong that, you know, being on my own, I decided, you know what, let me just go to work part-time, go to school part-time. I would work at my daughter's daycare, so I can go to school.
Right.
But then I was like, let me just work at my daughter's daycare and just be there with my daughter right there. It was very simple that way.
Right.
But I didn't really get the support, because as a mom, they're looking at me as a wife.
Right.
They're like, oh, why aren't you there for your husband? I'm like, if they only knew that my husband wasn't there.
Right.
So I really had to keep myself busy.
So what you did during the downtime is you just did explore your options. You wanted to find ways that you wouldn't feel as if you were doing this alone, even though, you were in a committed relationship. It's obviously a step up. Ultimately a marriage is
Togetherness, commitment.
Yeah, I'm actually very serious.
Eventually, we grew apart because we weren't together.
Right.
We grew apart.
So, you going out and so basically, that alone time, or what you thought was alone time, because I do have one thing I want to say that I've learned in life. We're never alone. We're never alone. It's embracing solitude. That's a challenging concept in itself to be able to digest at that age. However, at the point that I am right now, I understand it differently now, and I could understand that, at a certain point in your life, you would feel alone. No one is there. No one is present in the physical. But what I want to say to that inner child and to your teenage self, ultimately your inner child, is that you are never alone. You're never alone, and you're never ever alone. You always have your higher power with you. Whatever it is that you believe in, I just want you guys to know that you're never alone. I don't know, I felt the call to say that. So, as the motivation queen, I think my alter ego is like kicking in now, yeah. But definitely, you're never alone. That's just a whole different topic. But yes, we're gonna get back to it,
No, but that's definitely what it is. Feeling alone, I had to prove to myself I had that higher power with me. If I were to look back, something motivated me to go to school and go to work, no matter what the case was.
Yeah, and it's like, even though you don't see it, we know, we feel, So there was something that gave her the push that wasn't in the physical realm, and she just went out, and you went out, and you got your part-time job, and you just started pretty much finding yourself, whether it was
not knowing the path, but
exactly, not even knowing the path. Listen, okay, yeah. So that's really good, though. Like I said, I just want to make that a major point. Like, whoever is listening, I want you guys to understand that you're never alone. Sometimes you need to go back and nurture your inner child, or just do that, because we have so many trauma wounds that we fail to realize. Therefore, we cannot, or we don't face them in order to overcome them.
Exactly.
So basically, you went out, you got that exposure. It was like you were getting that village feeling, right?
Yes, I started getting that village. There's a saying that says, it takes a village to raise a child.
Tap into Apple Podcasts and Spotify for the full episode. You don't want to miss out. Stay motivated. It's your girl, the Motivation Queen. Here.